I didn't end up being so lousy as I thought I would be, particularly in criminal justice and criminal law. Nobody really knows except God. I didn't become a lawyer because I had some very significant life-changing event. I never wanted to be a lawyer. I didn't even want to study law. I only wanted to play in a band. I didn't become a lawyer because I had some very significant life-changing event. The real reason is, as I said earlier on, that I did the course and it was eye-opening, and there's a longer reason, but it's not because of some one impactful thing. How did you end up here? I think that is the question. I never wanted to be a lawyer. I didn't even want to study law. I only wanted to play in a band. I maybe wanted to design t-shirts, maybe. I don't think I ever talked about this. My dream was to work in a record label and to sign artists and to discover the next big thing. I completely had no idea of what lawyers did, how much money they made, and what that would mean in terms of a career. I genuinely didn't. I did law in university because I fluked my A-level results, and I was blessed with results that could get me onto a different career path. And I felt that if I didn't try, it would be a complete waste. So why not try? So that's the first one, or that's one part of it. When I got to university, I didn't study very hard or at all. Absolute truth. I somehow didn't fail, which was also a blessing. I also managed somehow to find the courage to ask my parents for money when they already were broke, to stay another year to do the bar, not knowing what it would mean, but being told by a very good friend of mine at the time that it was a very important and life-changing course. But this was coming from a person who came from a family of lawyers and who wanted to be a lawyer ever since he was a young man. Because I didn't know any better, I followed his advice. It was one of the best advice I ever received. Because when I did the course, I realized I was completely out of my depth, and for the first time, figured out how to study. But let me tell you why and how I figured out. Because I realized I couldn't fake it anymore. Because I had nowhere to hide. I had nobody else's notes to borrow, nobody else's homework to copy and to give as my own. So for the first time, I had to do something. And over the 8 to 9 months, I poured my life into doing this because my life depended on it. And I simply had no other alternative. But the beautiful thing that happened was, as I did that, I didn't end up being so lousy as I thought I would be. 1. 2, I actually became quite good at doing it. And as I became quite good at doing some parts of it, whether it's, presenting the case or, studying or understanding the work, I enjoyed it. When you put these ingredients together, enjoying it and doing well, and enjoying it and doing well and liking what you do, it just creates a certain momentum. And I built on that momentum into my first job as a prosecutor. Again, at the time, I knew that no other place would hire me without really, really thinking 2 or 3 times. So I was very grateful for that job. And because I was so grateful, I poured again my heart into the work to do well and to do justice to my training and my earlier efforts. And again, as I did that and I liked it and I wasn't as bad as I thought and I ended up being not too bad and I enjoyed it. And again, when you have that, it gave me that momentum again. And that really is what I continue to build momentum with in terms of building a law career. There's another story about how I left for 1 year to not be a lawyer, but we can talk about that another time too. Particularly in criminal justice and criminal law, nobody really knows except God. Nobody really can make the rules that govern all of us except the supreme, being that you believe in or I believe in, and it could be a different person or persons. All we have are just man-made rules. Man-made is imperfect because man is not perfect and we make mistakes. The best of us have bad days. The best of us lose our temper. The best of us do things that we regret. And that's the real answer why I studied law, started working in law, and continued to do it, and ended up doing it until now, and ended up choosing this area of law, which is criminal law, and why I'm still doing it.